Sorry about that, y'all. Welcome back to the Anthony Lee Crypto Channel. Time got away from me. Been over here counting all these profits we've been going through. I lost track of time. I didn't realize we were on yet. Welcome to the Anthony Lee Crypto Channel. It is it Wednesday? I think it's Wednesday. It's Wednesday. It's a beautiful day. We have been raking in profits, guys, all week long. Congratulations to those of you in the Discord. I know a lot of you have been in on these trades, including our spot trades. Guys, give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel right here if you're not already subscribed. Click on over to AnthonyLeeCrypto.com. Join our VIP Discord. Join our mentorship program. We would love to have you part of the community. We're up almost over $20,000 on the week, and I've showed you most of this, at least in the VIP Discord. That includes our spot trades, of course, which I was spot trading with over 150 grand. But you know, it is what it is. We're up massive profits, guys. I'm going to show you this kind of stuff in just a minute. How is everyone? Who do we got in here? I think my chats are still kind of wonky. I'm going to try to fix them today. Yeah, they're still not displaying properly. Let me see. Yeah, they just all display at once. I don't understand. I really don't understand. I'm so confused. I'll try to figure that out today. It's on the list. Eons, good morning. Max, what's up, bro? Jane is back. That's 3 days in a row. Well, we got 3 days in a row with the gray box and white check mark. The Miss 100K subs. West Coast, what's up, bro? Revamp, what's going on, brother? What's going on? How are you guys? Excuse me. Bitcoin pumping. Bitcoin absolutely pumping. Coming up on that daily naked point of control that we spoke about in the VIP Discord live stream this morning. Do we have the juice to get through it? That is the question. Alt's pumping like crazy. Is that it? Is the bear market bottom in? Are we on to new bull run? Super cycle, blah, 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 blah. We're going to answer that. I have the answer. I just got back from the gym, guys. I'm wore out. Swin did a little upper chest and delts. Did this cool little upper chest press machine. Not an incline press, it's different. And some lawnmowers and some shrugs and some abs. I'm kind of wore out right now. Need a little monster, a little sugar-free monster. Get me back in the swing of things. Let's see what we got going here, guys. All right. So Bitcoin's pumping right now. We saw this kind of this morning in the live stream. I told you couldn't trade this. I mean, yeah, could you have longed it? Sure. But it was low probability right there with point of control. I told you my first area of interest for a short will be right here at the daily naked point of control. We're tapping that right now. I'm not taking this trade. If we get just a little bit higher, you're going to start to squeeze up some of these shorters. You can see the wicks up here. You got wick up at the top, that our ultimate target, these wicks. So if you start to break through these, you could squeeze up really, really fast. This volume profile that we have on here is our range since the big dumpola. We are currently at the point of control here. So we're above macro point of control. We're at range point of control. So just kind of an interesting no trade, no long area for sure. If anything, we might reject from here, but I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. We're going to take a look in a minute. Guys, did you guys take any of the trades I gave in the Discord? Any of you guys take the trades? I forgot to do a poll here too. Push it up above point of control right now. We'll see if it holds. You'll probably slow down here for a little bit. I mean, you can't pump forever, right? Right? We're going to look at some statistics. We're going to look at last cycle. We're going to try to figure this thing out. I think I have the answers for you, though. All right, so This pullback area, we're going to have to reevaluate this pullback area. So ignore these boxes on the charts, except for this box here. Let me try to get rid of some of this. I should have cleaned this up already. Things were pumping. I was in such a hurry to get on stream here. I'm gonna clear some of this out for you guys. These are kind of the only targets I would really be interested in at this point. We nailed the target yesterday, guys. We nailed that. I have my P&L. Actually, I took profit again. I don't have the P&L for that yet. I'm still getting used to this, so if you're just joining us, the VIP Discord voted that I not show my dollar amount profits anymore. We want to focus on percentages, and that's smart. Although you guys know my dollar on this one because I showed it yesterday accidentally, but I have TP'd more. So we're at 63% profit, and I'll give you a little hint. This is on a $5,000 account. 63% profit at the time that I printed this, which was 4 o'clock this morning, before the VIP live stream. I just TP'd again right here at Daily Naked Point of Control. So I just shaved another. I had 40% of my trade left open. I just shaved half of that off. So I only have 20% of my trade left open. So I'll go get you another P&L card. And then on the weekly, this again was at 4 o'clock this morning. We were up 126%. We took a little trade in the VIP live stream this morning. Only made a couple $100. But, and again, I added, took 20% more off of my trade this morning, so this is a little higher. We're up significantly. And everybody knows I'm trading with two $75,000 spot trade accounts. Want one, but two, not one, but two. So $150,000 trades. And I gave these 2 days in a row. I bought Spot WorldCoin and I bought Fetch AI. I think it looks like I only put $70,000 on this one. I sold them at 10% profit. So you do the math on that. $145,000 at 10% profit. You do the math. It's a lot. But actually, I sold them way too soon. So I sold them, and Fetch AI took off another 6%. And WorldCoin is, I think, about the same-ish, maybe a little bit higher. A little bit higher. I sold it at almost 8%. It's at 10%. So not too bad there. I'm happy with it. We made 15 grand on that spot trade, and that's okay. I'm happy with that. We're up a lot of money. We're going to talk about this. Several guys, it's so weird. You guys would be amazed at how many direct messages I get in Discord from people. People directly message me privately, but they don't post in there. It's like I don't know. Some of you guys do, and I love that. I love the interaction. It builds community, but it's like some people don't want people to know they only took a 1% profit, and here it is up 10%. Like, don't be ashamed. Let people encourage you. Put it out there, guys. But we're going to kind of talk about that so you guys don't TP too quickly. Max says that long from yesterday's VIP Discord live stream was straight money. You demand. Thank you. If y'all weren't on the stream yesterday, first of all, you had the dang green box that I gave everybody, including the public YouTube stream. I gave everybody this box. So everybody could have taken the trade, but I actually took it live on the VIP stream yesterday. That's the one we're up about 80% on. You can do the math. We're up about 4 grand. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not supposed to tell you guys that. We're up about 4 grand. Realized we're still in the trade, but we only have about 20% of the trade left open right here. So we'll see where it goes. My ultimate target, 72.2, if we make it. If we make it. A little flashbang here, guys. There is no news today. I mean, you had crude oil earlier, but that's I don't know. You have some biggies the next couple days, though. Excuse me. Tomorrow you have the jobs report. U.S. jobs report. Keep doing this. And then Friday you have PPI. Both of these are biggies. By the way, guys, VIP Discord guys, I will not NOT be doing a VIP trading Discord on Friday. We will be doing it tomorrow. And we'll be doing the comprehensive and all that, but I will not. This thing is falling on me. I will not do a VIP Discord stream Friday. We're going out of town tomorrow. We're moving. like I told you guys, we're moving. We've been over at the other house. We've been renovating that house for some time. It's a big 4,500 square feet Victorian on 20 acres. Paid for by Bitcoin, guys, by trading, okay? Trading, literally paid for that ridiculously expensive house. And we've been renovating it for some time. I'm not bragging. I'm just telling you, take the dang trades, not financial advice. But we've been over there renovating, and we went last weekend and painted my office with a fireplace. I'm pretty stoked. And we're going back this weekend to do the finishing kind of touches on things we need to do, and then we're moving in 3 weeks. So we're leaving tomorrow. I'll do the VIP stream tomorrow and the comprehensive, and then we're leaving out, and I will not be doing the VIP. I'll try to do the comprehensive on Friday, but I will not be doing the VIP trading. We're just going to be busy working, and I don't want to lead you guys. I don't want to just jump on the chart and be like, oh, let's take a long. You guys know what to look for. It played out perfectly today. We just didn't take it. My fault, guys. I wouldn't have taken it anyway because we were right there. I'll show you. We've taken it the last 2 days in a row, and this is the trade I always take. I'm on the 5-minute time frame. So for those of you on Friday, here is where we opened up at 8:30. We never take the 8:30 trade, right? We never take it, but I took it today, okay? Why did I take it? I took it because we had a triple drive of bear div here at the open. I took it, made $250 here, okay? We take the 845 reversal, okay? What you want to see, take notes for those of you who want to do this on your own Friday. We want to see at least one vector between 830 and 845, okay? At least one vector. Here we got two, okay? Vector, vector. If there's multiple vectors, you want them going in the same direction, okay? Regardless, you would just want to see a big old vector at between 830 835ish, and at 845. We didn't take this. We should have, but I wasn't going to take it right here at point of control. I wasn't going to take it anyway. At 8:45 exactly, just like we always tell you, we got the vector reversal. So you got vector fake out at 8:30 like freaking always. I can't believe people haven't figured out this trend of the U.S. yet. Like always, vector candle at 8:30. That's the fake candle to induce you to trade, which we fell for it this morning. We didn't really fall for it. It was just the only trade that I was willing to take this close to point of control, okay? So we took it, made $250. I can't complain. We're still in the long, so we're still getting paid from the big long from yesterday, maybe? Whatever day it was. Anyway, 845, this is what you're looking for. This is your trade. Your trade is the 845 vector candle reversal, okay? And that's what you got. You reverse the entire thing. That's your TP. And then you let the rest run to see if you get a runner. And in this case, you did. And if you had taken this, which we didn't, my bad, guys, you would have been up about 3%. So big trade. We missed it. My bad, guys. My bad. But there's just no way I was taking it right here. I just wasn't doing it. There's no way. Even if this trade worked out, which it did, it's a bad trade. It's a bad trade. It is a bad trading habit to get into long into point of control. Now, it did work out, and I did tell you that chances are right here, just looking at this area and what price action has done, that we would break right through point of control. And I told you on the stream we would likely break right through it and go up here to daily naked point of control. And that's exactly what we've done so far. Will we break through it? I don't know. Probably. But I wasn't taking it. But anyway, Friday, if you're going to trade it without me, this is what you're looking for. Hope that makes sense. West Coast says, I think because I mostly use my smaller scalp account and I'm in scalping mode mentally, so I take profit too early. Yeah, I get it. I get it. However, the dang green boxes are not meant for scalping, brother. Yeah, I get it, though. I see what you're saying. Guys, when you're at the low of the range, when you take the low of a range and you have confluence and you have all that kind of stuff, that is not scalp territory. I'm not saying you can't scalp a quick profit and then protect your trade, right, by putting stop loss at entry. Then you've taken profit and your stop loss at entry, come back and stopped you out, you made profit. Cool. If it keeps running like this, you made big profit. And chances are you're going to keep running like this when there's a dang green box there. And we can go over, we have mentorship programs, we have all that. If you guys are interested in learning how I find these dang green boxes, because I don't just have dang green boxes or red boxes all over the chart. When they get there, those are the trades you need to let run. in my opinion, not financial advice. But hey, you made profit. That's great. I think you said you made 1%. That's great. All right. So the question is this pump legit? That is a big old candle, guys. That is a big freaking candle for Bitcoin. It's a $3,000 candle. It's a 6-hour candle. Our daily candle is a $5,000 candle. That's almost a 10% candle on Bitcoin. That's almost a 10% candle. Some of these alts are up 10+%. Link, West Coast, your Link's up 15%. Guys, we put you on these trades. And even if you didn't believe me, guys, I've been showing you the fractal. We knew this was coming. We knew this was coming. And I'm not bragging. I'm telling you guys, you have to have a plan. And when you have a plan, you have to follow that plan. If that plan fails, so be it. But you had a plan. And if your plan fails, so be it. You'll still be a winner because your plan in advance should include good risks to reward. Good risk management. That is part of your plan. Your plan is not just finding a target to take a trade and finding a target to take profit. That is not your plan. That is part of your plan. It's a very small part of the plan. Okay? You also have to find the signals you're looking for at those targets to let you know if you need to enter that trade. And just because you have a take profit target doesn't mean that's where you close the trade. You should have signals that you look for there to let you know if that's where you should close the trade. Otherwise, you could close too soon. You should also, a large part of your plan should be risk management and risk to reward. Okay? So, stick to the plan. And if the plan doesn't work out, so be it. As long as you have those parameters, then most of the, that doesn't have to be most of the time. If you have those and you're sticking to like a 4-to-1 risk to reward, then you only have to win 1 out of 4 trades to be profitable. And that's if you don't take profit anywhere along the way on the other ones. That's just if you let them run to full capacity. So just have a plan. That's all you got to do. That's all you have to do. That's it. But your plan should have 3 things. Let me put those on for you. Trade plan. This is what you have to have as part of your trade plan. You have to have entry and TP targets. Okay? You have to know where you're going to enter. You have to know where you plan to take profit. Why do you have to know where you plan to take profit? Because you can't tell your risk to reward if you don't know where you're going to take profit. And that doesn't mean you have to take full profit there or any profit. If it's ripping, you can just let it run. Or if it's looking weaker than you thought it would, you can take profit sooner. But you have to have a plan. In order to determine your risk to reward, you have to know where you're looking to take profit before the trade happens. So you have to have that. Number 2, you have to have your entry / TP signals. Okay, what do you want? Do you want divs? Do you want money flow, crossover? What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? Do you want momentum waves? What do you want? You have to determine what you want, what your signals are. They may vary. I may like money flow and you may like momentum. Whatever works for your trading style, you have to determine when it gets there, what signal are you looking for? I can tell you what mine are. Number 3, you have to have risk. Dang it. Risk management. Okay, you have to have your risk to reward. All right. You have to have your I guess that's about all you have to have. Your risk to reward. All right. Those are the 3 things you need. And it needs to be a good risk to reward. If you're a 1-to-1 risk to reward, that means every other trade you have to win in order to be profitable. All right, guys. So part of this plan, I'll show it to you. We've had this on the chart forever. Boom. This has been our plan. Okay, it's been our plan. All right. We made our way down to our green box. We hit our green box. This is where we longed from yesterday. You can see that. This is where we longed from yesterday. I know it's kind of jumbled. Let me just slide this over. And part of our plan was to run up to this box, 72.2, okay? So I'm still in this trade. Why would I close this trade? Uh-oh. Dang, we're getting major signals on Fetch AI. Why would I close this trade when my plan was here? I should take profit along the way, but this is my plan, so I'm sticking to my plan. Same thing when we hit this box. I will look for my entry signals for the short. If I get them, I'll take it. And I won't plan to close the trade until here. That could change, but I at least know my risk to reward. I can at least set my risk to reward, right? And what would that be? It would be something like this. So if I came up into here, let's say we entered there. I'm going to come down here. I'm going to take profit there. I could even go as high as here, which is huge. I could enter at 72K and go all the way up to like 79.5 and still be at a 3-to-1 risk to reward if I wanted to. I have a plan. I wouldn't do this. I wouldn't do this much drawdown. What would I do? I'd probably come to about this daily naked point of control. Something like that. And that's going to give me a 5-to-1 risk to reward. Even if we just came down to the bottom of the range and I closed out there at the bottom of the range, the buy bit value area low, that still gives me over a 3-to-1 risk to reward. It's my plan. And when we get there, if we get the signals, I'm going to stick to this plan and I'll TP along the way. Fetch AI pumping. What did we just get? A 3-day buy signal just ticked off. We're getting a 2-day buy signal, a daily buy signal. I showed the guys in the VIP Discord earlier when last time we got, like the last 4 times we got this 2-day. I'll show. Here's the last 2-day buy signal right here. We're getting it right here. It's unconfirmed. It will close tonight and confirm. Last time we got this signal, you got a 59% pump. Time before that, you got 26% pump. You don't get these very much. The one before that, 34% pump. And so in the last year, you've gotten, this is the third one. I don't know how many I just counted. I think 3. This is the third one in the last year. Each of them, the smallest one was 36% pump. No, 27%, whatever this was. I can't remember. That was 59%. The lowest one was 27%. 36, 27, and 59. And we're getting this now. However, I'm not taking this. I've already closed this. I was already in this. I closed this. I will wait and see if we get the confirmation at the daily close. It'll actually be the 2 daily close today. If we do, I will consider it. However, since we're on altcoins, let's go over and take a look, okay? I want to show you, since we're on this, a lot of people are interested in this. I'm looking at Fetch here on the 5 daily time frame, and I have this fractal on here, guys. Okay, I want you to be careful already. I want you to be very, very careful. Price is moving very fast. It is pumping. I get it. Coins are up over 10%. I get it. We gave them to you. Now is not the time to jump in. You should have jumped in 10% ago when I posted it in Discord. Because I posted it in before it pumped a nickel. I posted it as soon as we got the daily close. Anyway, this is the 5 daily fractal from the point of, I'll show it to you, from the point of the bear market rather, that we were in last cycle. I've been comparing this with Bitcoin. I haven't shown this on Fetch or any other altcoin, but here it is, okay? Let me bring up Cypher. You can see right here we got a 5-day green dot right here. See, 5-day green dot, that's where I have the green vertical line, okay? 5-day green dot. This, let me zoom back in. This drop right here, is the drop we got a few weeks ago. The big Bitcoin drop, the big crypto crash a few weeks ago where we set that low, 58K, wherever it was. This is that point. And now we're a few weeks removed from that, right? So this is about where we are. And I copied this fractal and took it over. I copied the fractal from here to here, okay? So this whole section right here, right? And this, in this exact section, this exact freaking candle, last cycle, you can see we got a 5-day green dot, okay? 5-day green dot. What did we get out of that green dot? Not much. It was this one right here, okay? We've already beat this. We got about 5%, about a 5% move to the upside. And we're up 10% right now. So we've already doubled that, okay? 2-3 candles later, 15 days later, we were at the bottom, okay? Be careful. I'm going to show you some more stats. So from the time we got that signal, we got a 5% pump, but 15 days later, we got a 60% dump. Okay? Be careful. You have a lot of you are struggling with this. I know because I hear you, and I did myself. We're shifting. Not too long ago, just a couple months ago, we were in bull market mode where you got a 5-day green dot, you pump 50% on an altcoin. I get it. Those days are gone. Okay? For a little while. It doesn't mean that we can't pump 50% right now, but historically that has not happened, okay? We're in bear mode where those types of green dots give you a little 5, 10, 12, 15% pump and then a big 40% rollover, okay? You have to be prepared for that, okay? That is why no matter what, I will not long from this point. I longed. I took my 10% on my alts. I'm out. I'm done. If we pump up 300%, it will pump without me, okay? Historically, we're at a point where we roll over. Now, where did we find resistance and roll over from this last 5-day green dot? Where, oh where, I wonder, did we find resistance? Where do we reject from? Oops. We rejected from, I told you guys this yesterday, if you only have one EMA, if you don't like EMAs, they clutter up the chart. I don't care what time frame you use. I don't care what time frame you use. I highly recommend you put on the 5 EMA, okay? Whether it's the 5-day EMA, the 12-hour 5 EMA, whatever, 5 EMA. It is magic. You reject it from the 5 and sent you all the way down, right? You didn't get any traction until you got back above this 5, right? And even then it was sometime, but you rejected that wick right from the 5, okay? Let's go see where we are now. First of all, here's the fractal, okay? Here's the fractal. You see that this was our dump down. It's almost freaking exact. And you pump back up right here, look, almost freaking exact. And then you kind of meander down here for a couple weeks. These are 5-day candles. So 2 more candles later, we're at the bottom if this holds. And this has been exact. And I don't just mean this section. I just cropped this section. The whole dang thing is almost exact. So where, oh where, let me move to the side so you can see this. Look how exact that is. It's just so freaking close. Where are we at right now, guys? We are almost touching the 5-day 5 EMA, which is exactly where you rejected from here, 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 and now you're at it here, and that's exactly where you rejected from last cycle to send you down. Be careful. This is not a bull market. Coins don't just boom and blast through the 5 EMA right now. And this isn't a 1-minute 5 EMA now. This is a 5-day. This is a heavy-duty EMA. Be careful, guys. Don't FOMO in at this point. I'm not trying to steer you wrong, but be careful. I'm telling you. Let me show you another stat. Get ready for a flashbang, okay? You guys should pay attention to this stuff. I worked very hard on this stuff, and I gave it to you in VIP Discord, and I don't think you guys are watching this stuff. I'm not trying to fuss at you, but I am fussing at you. All right. Here are the Fetch AI green dots. I have them. This is the Fetch AI green dots 5-day, 1 week, and 10-day, okay? This is for the bear leg down. So I went through, and I got all the bear dots in this section here, okay? This bear, actually, I don't think it's that big. I think I got them all from here until here, okay? All right, which are very different than the dots you get in a bull market, right? So I separated the charts. I have chart 1 that we're about to look at, and then you have chart 2, because your percentages are different, right? So I want to know how fetch performs on the green dot, just blind dots, nothing else. I want to know how fetch, and I did this for several coins, and I've offered to do it for your coins also in the VIP Discord. Just tell me what coins you want me to do it for. I got time. I can help you. I'm not going to have a lot of time coming up when I move into the house, but yeah, 5-day EMA West Coast, not SMA, EMA. It's not even the 5-day EMA. It's the 5 EMA. Let me show you. I just happen to be on the 5-day time frame. So you come over to your EMAs, your EMA indicator. Look, I have it on the, I have a couple of these on. I have the 55 and the 5 on. I use the 55 and the 5. Those are the two that I use. For macro, I will occasionally use the 13, but 5 and 55 I always keep on my chart. But it's the 5 EMA. Okay, and the 5 EMA will be at different locations depending on the time frame you look at. But either way, I want the 5. Okay, you get over the 5, no matter what time frame you're on, you can expect at least a little bit of a move, up or down. So 5 EMA, but I'm viewing it right now currently on the 5-day time frame. Anyway, so these dots perform very differently depending if you're in the bear market or the bull market. So the chart we're looking at right now is from the bear market last cycle. Fetch has been around for much longer than that, so it's a really good coin to analyze historical data. All right, we're currently getting a 5-day and a 1-week green dot unconfirmed, okay? I'm going to make this a little bigger. All right, so the average gain for a 5-day green dot is 13%. Now, one of these is a big 29% anomaly. It clearly stands out. If we took that out, you get a 10% pump on a 5-day green dot. Pay attention, okay? That is for the first candle, the first 5-day candle, okay? So when you get that dot, that first candle the dot appears on, this is the average move that you get. So I also, in the second column here, went and did stats for if you let that trade run one more candle. So it says 10-day, okay? That means you got the candle that dot appeared on plus one more 5-day candle. What happened? And in 4 out of 5 of these, you got a negative drawdown. So all of the first day, the first 5 day, the first candle were all positive, good positive, average of 10%. But if you held that trade for one more 5-day period, you would have lost money because they all, except one, this one way out here in October, continued higher. The rest of them all came back. The amount that you went up and then some in most cases, okay? So looking at the 1 week, which we're currently under a 1 week unconfirmed dot, kind of same thing here. You got this anomaly, 25. Take that out, your average is 5, but we're already above that. So let's keep that in. Even with that crazy 25 number, your average in the bear market for 1 week dots is 11%, which is where we are now, okay? And same thing, if you held these for 2 weeks, in 2 of the 3, you would have lost. So the point is, 80% of the time between these, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 6 out of 8, what is that? I don't know. About 80% of the time, that is 80%, I think. You would have only benefited if you held these 1 week, okay? You would have only benefited if you held these 1 week. To hold these for 2 weeks, you would have lost money, okay? So that means the chances are, 80% chance, the most you're going to get is the candle that we're on right now. Chances are, let me say that again, chances are the most profit you're going to get out of this spot Fetch AI trade is the candle we're on now. This 1 week candle, it's probably all you're going to get with an 80% chance, okay? That is very different in the bull run where it's like 80% chance you continue, okay? So the average is 10% on 5-day candles and 11% on 1 week, okay? And only once has it gone more than that, only once. So let's go see where we are. I am clicking all over the page. So on the 5-day time frame, you can see that green dot at the bottom, unconfirmed, and we're currently up 11%. The average is 10% on 5 days, 11% on 1 week. We're up 11%. We're up what we should be up historically on the average for this dot. And where have we historically rejected from at this point? The 5-day 5 EMA, which is exactly where we are. That is exactly where we are, this white line. That is exactly where we are. I mean, we could go up a little bit higher into it, just a little bit higher, but that's where we are. We should be rejecting right here. Now, this may be the time it blasts off 200%. I don't know. But I am not fixing to bet against an 80% stat. I'm not going to do it. Okay? Now, if Bitcoin continues on a 72.2, this will blast through that. Okay? It should. But it may not do it this week. You may very likely find it comes back to here next week and then maybe pulls up and then rotate. I really don't know. I can't answer that. All I can tell you that is if you're considering FOMOing into these alts because of the pump, you are FOMOing into an 80% chance that you get rejected right here. 80 freaking percent. That does mean 2 out of 10 times it's going to work out for you, okay? But that is a low probability, and you will lose every dime that you have if you consistently take 20% trades. So do with that what you will. However, again, if Bitcoin continues on up, then this will continue on up. But it's going to continue up without me. There will be other trades. Even if Bitcoin, even if this plays out like we have drawn up here, even if this plays out like we have been looking for, even if this plays out, let's go to this other chart, our fractal chart. Even if this plays out, we should be all, look at this, guys. You guys, I wish I still had that poll from yesterday or the day before where everybody said it was like 80% said that this fractal was dead. There's no way. And I said, I'm going to go against all you guys. I still think this plays out. Every single one of you are singing a different tune now. Right? Right? The fractal remains. So far. It could roll over here, and I'd be wrong. Nobody expected this pump today, though. So, even if this plays out, even if it all holds true, all good, we would probably expect this to top out tomorrow, okay? Friday at the latest. And that still gives us like 10 more days, and we should be down here. So if this plays out, which I think all of you are probably convinced now that it's probably going to play out pretty dang close to this. Not financialized, but don't FOMO in here. Yeah, sure, you could catch this. Sure, you might could catch this. But you might not. You missed it from here. You might not get this. Yeah, you might. Okay, but you're probably going to get this within 2 weeks. You know what I mean? And if you were to be following your trading plan, and you spot trade just like you leverage trade with a plan, and if you were to be doing that from here, knowing, of course, nothing's certain, but knowing that there's a good chance in 2 weeks you're going to be here, this is freaking awful. I don't even know what this is. This is like a negative risk to reward. Like this is freaking. Come on, guys. It's too late. You missed the trade. It's too late. Best to do this. Just be a little patient for a couple days. I think you'll get this trade opportunity. Just be a little patient for a couple days. Right? Which one looks better, guys? Which one looks... Come on. You know. You already know. I know. I'm nagging. I know. I just want you guys to be successful traders. And let me tell you something, guys. If this has been on our chart for this long, and you believe in this fractal, and if you're not convinced, not even by this part of the fractal, I mean by the whole dang thing, and you cut, if you take this short trade and you cut it at 1%, we're going to fight. Me and you're going to fight. Do not financial advice, cut this short trade if you get in it at 1%. Don't do it. We're going to fight. All right, guys. I'll take your questions. I'll take your alts. I think I've harped on this. Oh, let me show you one more thing on fetch. I know I'm kind of beating a dead horse on fetch, but I do want to show you guys this. I know it looks like a good, really, look, zoom out. Today's pump, yeah, it's 10%, but does it really look like a good pump in the grand scheme of things? Is this something to get excited about? Let me show you one thing. Uh-oh. You haven't seen this in a minute. Make this a little bigger. Right? You follow me here, guys? Don't FOMO in here, guys. If this pumps another 20%, it's going to pump without me, guys. That's all I'm going to tell you. And I consistently make profits. I'm not bragging. But even if it does, there will be more trades. There will be more trades. The bottom is not in my opinion. So you guys see the stiletto. You can't not see it. And I believe in my whole heart this is how it's going to play out. Boom, just like that. Consolidate, bull run. I'll take your alts. Max, I got you. Give me 1 second. Let me talk to West Coast. So, I'll have to show. This is a really complicated indicator. I mean, you're smart. You can figure it out. But if you want to screenshot my settings, because it has tables, which are extremely helpful, and that's what we use for like Lionheart and stuff. But the indicator itself is let me pull it up, show you what to search for. There it is. CT moving average crossover indicator. And it's by _caretaker. It's the best one. I don't care what anybody tells you. You will never find a moving average crossover like this. I haven't found one. I tried to make it. I tried to recreate it, change a couple little things. I couldn't. It is freaking complicated. So here's my settings. And when you first get it, some of these are SMAs. You can drop down here, SMA and EMA. I changed them all to EMA. Change the colors, whatever you want. Change the links. You have up to 9 EMAs here, okay? And what's really cool about it is it has the crossover box, right? So what I like about the crossover box, I don't have it turned on here. Here it is, I think. There it is. You see it up in the top corner, right? Top corner. I know it's kind of hard to see on this chart. Let me refresh. I got drawings everywhere. See that crossover box up top? So the pairs that I have the 5 and 55 on here. It'll show the price at which these lines will cross each other if that candle, whatever time frame you're on, if that candle were to go there within that time frame. So I'm on the daily, so for the 5 to cross to 55, we'd have to get over 29.5 cents today. Of course, that'll change tomorrow because they're moving averages, they move. And if I were to drop down like the hourly, you'd have to come below 13.88 this hour to get that cross, right? This hour. And this will change every hour that goes by. So this helps you to plan kind of like as you get closer to trades. Like if you're scalping especially, right? I go to like the 3 minute. If price comes below 16.16 within this 3 minute candle, it'll cross over. But this is really good on like daily, 2 day, 3 day time frames. What I like it for, because you can plan for these big Lionheart type trades, right? Which this isn't the parameter for Lionheart, but you know what I'm saying. You can plan for stuff like this because you know if the 5 crosses the 55, that is a big move. Like when you get the 5 crossing the 55 here, you cross there. I mean, you got a 20% move up on that cross, right? When you cross down, we're still under it. But when you cross down, got the cross down, you got a 47% move down. That's on the daily time frame. So you can plan for these bigger moves by knowing where price has to go for you to get that cross. And so I like this box. And when you're in the settings of this thing, you can change. So you can set your moving averages here. Set whatever length you want, color you want, and then scroll down, and it gives you the moving average pairs that it'll put in this box. So right here, pair 1, I put MA1 and MA6. Up here, I have MA1 as the 5 and MA6 as the 55. And I can pair whatever I want here. I can do up to 5 different pairs. So if you want, like, you know, the 5 and the 13, you could make that pair 2. And then I would do MA1, and the 13 is MA4 there. See the fourth one. And now if you look on the right, it gives me the 5 and 13 cross numbers. So this thing is really cool. I just keep it simple, and most of the time I just have the 5 and the 55 on my chart. Occasionally I put the 13 or 200 on. Those are really, the 200 is really on macro stuff. Weekly and monthly. So, pretty cool indicator though. Max says, off topic, but you said yesterday that eating fat doesn't make you fat. What do you mean by that? It doesn't. It doesn't. You guys know I was a personal trainer for 20 years, nutritionist, all that good stuff. Fat. People think I'm crazy when I say this. Don't make me stand up and show the six pack. Fat, eating fat. So there's 2 types of fat. Lots of types of fat, but 2 main types of fat. Body fat and fats you eat. Okay, look at like Victoria Beckham. She's shredded and legit, supposedly legit, according to her, for the last 20 years, all she has eaten for 20 years, every meal of every day is fish. Nothing else. No steak, no chicken, fish. Every meal, mostly salmon. Go look at the macronutrients of salmon. It is almost all protein and very high fat. And she is shredded. And some of it depends on your body type, you know, genetics, body type. So, yes, okay. But what is body fat, okay? Body fat is fuel for the body, okay? So should you go into starvation mode for whatever reason, your body can break down the fat and burn it for fuel versus breaking down your muscle, versus breaking down your organs and your tissue and things like that. It uses body fat for fuel. Yeah, you can have excess body fat depending on your diet, but you don't get that from eating fat, okay? Your body burns nutrients for fuel. Quick lesson. The first thing, like if you were to eat all these things at once, the first thing your body would burn, there's a hierarchy. So if you were to eat carbs, fat, all this stuff, the very first thing it would burn off is alcohol. Alcohol is the first thing it burns off. So if you're going to have carbs, alcohol, fat, protein, everything in one meal, you're going to burn the alcohol first, okay? Then you're going to burn the carbs, specifically the high glycemic index carbs, the sugars, the sweet stuff, the fruits, things like that. You're going to burn those next. Then the lower glycemic index carbs, sweet potatoes, oatmeal, things like that. Then you're going to burn fat you eat, okay? And that's it. You don't burn protein for fuel, okay? You use it to build muscle. Any excess protein can be excreted out, but it is not a fuel source for the body, okay? So the key, your body likes fat. It likes fat. It loves fat because that is stored energy for later, and it likes to store energy. It's a self-preservation thing, right? Wants to save it so in case you get in danger in starvation mode, it's that whole, survival mode thing. In order to make your body burn body fat, you feed it fed fat, and it literally starts to think, okay, I have a sufficient source of fed fat coming in, so I don't need to hold all this body fat because he is feeding me enough fat, right? So you're being fed enough fat that you can let go of some of this fat. Where people mess up, the energy sources, carbs and fat, they're both energy sources for the body. You don't need both. You don't need both. Your body doesn't know the difference. It just knows it burns them both for energy. So if you're eating a lot of fat, here's what people mess up. They usually eat carbs and fat, and your body's going to burn the carb first for energy. So if you're giving it enough carbs for energy and you're eating fat, it doesn't need that much energy, so it's going to break down the fat and store it as body fat, okay? But if you don't have carbs in your diet or very low carbs or not enough carbs for energy, I think if you just have a handful of carbs and you're eating fat, you're going to burn body fat, okay? I'm not saying carbs are bad. I love carbs. But if you're eating carbs, then you don't need to eat fat. And if you're eating sufficient fat, you don't need to eat carbs unless you have a very fine balance. And then you'd have to know, okay, I need whatever, 300 grams of energy in a day. I'm just throwing out numbers, 300 grams of energy in a day. So I'm going to have 150 grams of carb, 150 grams of fat. Cool. But if you need 300 grams and you're having 300 grams of carbs and 100 grams of fat, that's 100 grams of energy too much. So you're going to store 100 grams as fat. So at the end of the day, it comes down to energy calories and fat, alcohol. But aside from that, carbs and fat that you eat are your energy sources. So if you're having too many calories from those sources, you're going to store one of them, and it's most likely going to be fat because carbs are going to be burned faster than fat. So I personally go lower carb. I go high protein. I'm always high protein every day. I go lower carb, not because I'm afraid of carbs. Carbs don't make you fat either, but just because I prefer fats. I eat some carbs. I love potatoes. I had a steak of potatoes last night. I had chips and salsa yesterday too. I had chips and salsa today. But I like gnaw on cheese, and I eat butter. Like I will eat butter. I'll eat butter. I love it. But I'm not afraid of fat. I eat all my egg yolks. I eat my fish fat. I eat fat on my steak. I eat fats are good. I just keep my carbs low. I couldn't have as much fat as I do and have high carbs, or I would gain fat. So it's all about moderating your energy calories. That's it. So if you do that, you can burn fat. So, but if I didn't like fat, I would still have sufficient carbs and high protein, and I would still burn fat. I just prefer fat. So the word fat is really a bad word. They should use another fat. I always told my clients is there's a difference. There's body fat and there's fats you eat, and they're very different things. Don't be afraid of fat. Okay, we got off on a little side note there. What is Bitter Kern doing? Still pumping, guys. Anybody want to see any alts? We'll take a look. West Coast is doing keto. Keto. I like carnivore. Everything's still pumping, guys. Fetch is up 11%. Everything looks good, guys. This looks good. I'm still targeting our targets. I mean, this could just be I mean, look, we're where we were a couple days ago. We're where we were on Saturday. We're exactly where we were on Saturday. So we haven't gone anywhere, right? That's what I mean, guys. Just trade this stuff and don't be panicking when it goes down, because everybody panicked on this drop. Everybody panicked on this drop. And look, 1, 2, 3, 4 days later, we're right back to where we started. Right back there. Although we are fixing to leave this range, in my opinion. You guys know the fractal. Y'all know what we're looking for. Let me take this off before somebody comes on and thinks I encourage this trade. I do not. So we're looking for, guys. And you know our target. You know our target. You know our target. How's that keto working out for you, West Coast? You like it? Keeping your carbs low? Do you work out? You lift weights? I know Max lifts, but Max is a stud, guys. Should check Max out. Max got the guns. We'll do some gun comparison one day. Oh, I can't even get it in there. My little 19-inch arms, guys. I am 6'2", about 220 now. I'm usually about 230. When I'm about 230 or 220, I'm a little more lean than usual. I cut almost all sodium out about 3 months ago. I bet I get less than 500 a day now, sodium. I cut it all out, and I just started dumping weight. Just water started coming off, and everything I do is salt-free now. I do have a little bit of chips and salsa almost every day. And, of course, you know, most things have a little sodium, but I bet I'm 500 grams or less per day. Down 8 pounds. How long you been doing keto? That's great. Down 8 pounds. So I'm 6'2", about 220. I'll probably work myself back up to 225, 230, though. Arms are 19. I don't run at all. If I'm running, it's going to be from the police. I do push 500 plus pound sled around. That doesn't count as running, though. It's pretty slow. I hate cardio. Cardio is my least favorite. All right, guys, so this is what we're looking for. That's it. The trades are over for me today. There's nothing that could happen unless I get in a short trade, but I'm not shorting this. Where would I short? Let's talk about that real quick. Let's refresh. We'll talk about that because we could come up there. Ultimately, you know what I'm looking for. I'm looking for 72.2, okay? I got the box up there. Ultimately, that's what I'm looking for. However, we do have this other range. I really don't want to put a box. I really don't want to put a box. I'll put a box because we have some pretty decent confluence there. Yeah, I got a smaller box here, okay? So I'll put a box. I'll be fair. I hesitate to do this. At this point, the first area of interest for me, and if we dump down from here, we dump without me. We are coming up into the symmetrical triangle right now. So, I mean, we could just reject from here. However, for me, the first area of interest that I would have is going to be right here at the range high slash buy bit value area high slash daily naked point of control. And there was the 786 from this 72.2 to our bottom here at 62.4, 786. That would be the first area of interest for me. Okay. Now, we could just bounce the symmetrical triangle a little more, right? We could just bounce this a little more, but this would be the first area of interest, with this being my ultimate target. I would not short from here. You could certainly reject from here. I mean, you have the last 2 times you came up here. But for me, I'm just more of a volume profile trader, right? And either way you look at it, whether you look at it the macro range, right, the macro range here, or you look at it here at the local range, either way, we're above point of control, below value area high. So for me, this is middle of the range stuff. I understand symmetrical triangle, middle of the range stuff. I would want something like this. Again, ultimately, I want this. But the first opportunity that I would look to short would be right here, okay? I'm just not a middle-of-the-range trader. So we can set an alert there. I'll let you guys know in Discord if we get up there. And somebody asked me earlier in Discord, I forgot to tell you guys what the shaded boxes are. Got the shaded red and shaded green boxes. Let me zoom out here. This is really your range. It's not your volume profile, but it's really, in my opinion, your range. Let's go to like the 3-day time frame. If you go back here before, you can see that, yeah, you came significantly below the green here, but for the most part, when you came into this, you held it and bounced right here, here. Yeah, you wick below it, but here, here. Came below it, but you could see, you actually, when you came below it, you turned this into kind of resistance, but when you came back here, and then at the top side, you went wick a little above it, a little right at it, right at it, right at it, right at it. This is your ultimate range. Could you wick a little above, a little below? Sure you can, but in my opinion, when you wick below, when you come back in it, that's time to long. When you wick above it and you come back in it, that's time to short, right? Same thing here. When we came down on this big drop, same exact area. You came into it, boom, back up to it, came up to the top, boom, came down, you came back into it. And every single time you've come into this red shaded area, you've rejected so far. So that's your ultimate range. Your ultimate range, not the same as your volume profile range, right? This particular one happens to fall within that range, though. You can see you've got your macro, your buy bid, value area high and value low. They happen to be in that range, so it works out really well, but it doesn't have to be that way. But this is the target area, this whole area. So really, a very high profile or high probability trade, you could still technically, although I don't like to go in this much drawdown, if you were to start at the beginning of this box and come up here, you know, to this dang red box, and you know we're targeting down here, you could still, that's a lot of drawdown, but you could still get a 6-to-1 risk to reward if you were to just enter this box and enter your short, targeting the SFP of this high at 72.2. I wouldn't do this. I would more sniper entry, but it's still a good plan if you had your signals that you're looking for there. You want your signals. You always want your signals. But if you're not good at sniper entries and you're afraid you might miss this trade and you believe in this trade, you believe that this is the play, you believe that, and you're just not good at finding your sniper entry point, this is your box. This is your short box. This is it. You just can't panic when you do this, right? You just have to let it go and draw down there. Because we may not SFP this. That's the plan, but we may not. We may just come up into here and come down, and that's it. That's why for a swing trade, you have this drawdown box. Okay? It's there for a reason. It's not a scalp trade with a sniper entry. It's because we don't really know if we're going to come take these highs, but we do know that this is resistance and that we should be turning around somewhere in here. And should we get our signals in this area, this is the trade we're looking for. Nothing wrong with this, guys. Nothing wrong with this. And if you really wanted to pinpoint and you're just not sure, and you don't want to go in that much drawdown, you got right here, right? You got your value area high. What you would do, what I would do, come into it. Well, I don't really want to ride that much drawdown, but I want this trade. But we could go up. I'm going to wait until we confirm back inside this blue line, back inside the value range, and then I'm going to short. Yeah, you may not get the top, but you don't know if this is the top or this is the top, and you don't want to ride drawdown. So you're going to give up a little bit of profit percentage, but you're going to wait until you confirm closure back in the range, and then you're going to work the rotation of the range. That's what I did for years. No sniper entry, no SFP, blue line to freaking blue line. It's high probability. And then your stops are clear. If you're blue line to blue line, your stops above the blue line, below the blue line. That's it. You don't have to worry about it. Yeah, it's not pretty, but it's doable and it's high probability. And it takes the guesswork out of it. Assuming your lines are in the correct place, which these are, because I've done them for you. I'm on the KCEX chart, but these lines are from the Bybit chart. So there you go, guys. This is what we're looking for. West Coast, You may run, but we're going to fight, bro. If we get into this box and you take it and close it at 1%, me and you. I may not catch you, though. I can't run. I'm just kidding, brother. I'm just kidding. I want you guys to make a lot of money on this trade. We've been planning for this trade for weeks. I encourage you guys, don't plan for a trade for weeks and then get out of it in 2 hours. I mean, if it goes the wrong way, get out of it in 2 hours, but you know what I'm saying. Give it a little room. Just see what happens. If you're not sure, put less money on the trade. If you normally put $5,000 on the trade, put 1. Put 500. Put something you don't care if you lose. Or you're not going to lose it all because you're going to have a stop loss here, but put a little bit on it and say, you know what, let's just see what happens. And if that works out big and you get the full amount, you know, it comes in, you only got 500, and if you had $5,000, you'd probably close it there, but you only got 500, so we'll see what happens, and it works out. You might learn to trust these trades a little more. You might learn to trust your plan a little more. And that's when you start making the $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, $10,000 trades. You will never make it with reasonable leverage, without extreme leverage. You will never make those without trusting and following through in your plan. You will always cut the trade too soon. So start with a lower amount. Try and trust and try your plan. See how that works out. All right, guys, I'm out. You know what I'm looking for. I will not short until we get here, period, plain and simple. That comes in about 69 to right at about 70K would be the first area of interest I would be interested in shorting. Anywhere from 70K to about 72.2, 72.3. You see the dang box. You know what I'm talking about. First area I'm interested in shorting, but be careful, guys. I encourage you, do not FOMO long here, okay? We are expecting a big turnaround for these and alts. I don't care what happens. I'm telling you, it is a low probability trade. Don't FOMO. We'll catch the next one. If you missed this one with me, if you missed it, I'm still in my trade. If you missed this trade, or you missed the alts, or you got out too soon, it's too late. Wait for the next one. We'll catch the next one, and then you trust the plan, okay? All right, I love you guys. It's a good day. The Lord has blessed us. West Coast says he's going to focus on not closing. Don't close. If you're thinking about closing, message me, and I will say, not financial advice, brother, but yay or nay. And I'm probably going to say trust the trade. All right, guys, I love you guys. Praise the Lord. He's good to us. I'll see you guys next time.